Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of true school sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a great day as you're watching this video, wherever you're at in the world. And I wanted to talk about someone who, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, that you guys know I'm a massive fan of. And he always gives you a great fight. You don't get cheated, which is why I like him. He gives you a great fight. He's a quality fighter, and he was once the pound-for-pound king of boxing. We're going to talk about a man that I often refer to as the real TBE. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, because there was a recent news with him, boxing.com basically saying that he is going to be fighting, it's not official yet, but they're saying Roman Gonzalez versus Pedro Guevara is in play for December 8th, which for those of you who don't know out there, December 8th is HBO's. I actually thought with the last card with Jacobs and Derevyanchenko was going to be HBO's last card, but it's actually not. Supposedly, according to this Boxing article, December 8th will be the final HBO card. And they're looking at Roman Gonzalez to be on that card, fighting Pedro Guevara. Now, interestingly enough, I made a video about this exact fight not too long ago because Pedro Guevara was initially who they were looking at from the fight on the Triple G Canelo 2 undercard. But that fight didn't fall through, and that's how Moises Fuentes got the fight. To me, I thought this fight was maybe a little better than the Moises Fuentes fight. Guevara is a quality fighter, not at 115. He has never proven himself to be that at 115. But at 108, he's been a world champion there, beating the likes of Akira Yagashi, who Roman Gonzalez also beat. And Yagashi's been proving himself to be a mainstay at the weight class for a long time. He's had. Hold on, guys. Hold on. 1 second, got my phone ringing. See, they always call me here on True School Sports. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna come back in like 5 minutes. All right, hold on. Anyway, yeah, my friend calling me, but no, he's been a mainstay at the weight for a while. Yagashi, so Guevara beat him, and then he fought a guy who, for those of you who don't follow small weight classes, a guy that's been just killing it, Kenshiro. He fought him to a majority draw. And Kenshiro is like pretty much he's like a smaller version of Naoya. Like if you could picture a smaller version of Naoya or something closer to that. He's like think of a poor man's Naoya Inoue, a smaller version of that. He's probably the next great Japanese fighter. So he fought him to majority draw at 108. And, he's had a solid career for himself. And I think it's a good fight for Roman Gonzalez. Coming out the heels of a big, what I believe to be a big confidence booster in the Moises Fuentes fight, because Fuentes is no slouch either. A guy he should have beat, and he beat soundly. It was a knockout of the year kind of performance. And it was funny because even in that fight, Roman was getting criticized by like Kevin Kelly and the HBO commentary. They were saying, "Oh, he's not as aggressive as he used to be. He's not this, he's not that." But I thought it was just a really good performance. He went out there because in fights like that, when you fight a guy who's not at your level, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you destroy the guy, then he's trash and it's whatever. But if you lose to him, you're still trash. So you're not gonna get credit regardless. But he went in there. We saw glimpses of the old Roman Gonzalez. Obviously, we're not going to see the guy we saw 3 years ago because that's the level he was at 3-4 years ago is a level that very few fighters in boxing history, as far as the ability, their talent, ever get to that ability to throw 8 or 9 punches while not being hit. It's seldomly ever seen in the sport of boxing. So we can't expect that from Roman Gonzalez. But can he still be a player in the 115-pound division? Or even if he moves down to 112 and fights at flyweight again, absolutely. As long as he can get in shape, he has enough skill, enough intelligence, enough ability to always be a competitor in the division. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a good gesture by HBO to allow Roman Gonzalez if the opportunity if they follow through with this opportunity. I think it's a good gesture by HBO because this is a guy, Roman Gonzalez, who I believe, and this is just me, I believe he's done boxing a lot of good. And that's why I've been a big advocate from this channel because I love the sport of boxing, and anybody who I believe is doing good for the sport and is blatantly just doing great for the sport, putting on great fights, fighting the best opposition, conducting themselves like a champion, taking their losses on the chin, not blaming people. Anybody who's just a dignified champion in boxing, I can get behind it. And Roman Gonzalez has been one of those guys, and he's done a lot of great for the smaller guys. That's what the small weight classes, the flyweights, the light flyweights, the bantamweights. There was never this much attention on these guys until Roman Gonzalez showed up, and there's always been great. Even when the majority of the boxing world isn't paying attention to the small weight classes, there's always been great fights. You can go back to the through boxing history, whether you want to go to the 90s, look at guys like Mark Too Sharp Johnson or Pancho Villa or Bobby Chacon or Michael Carbajal or whoever you want to go to. There's always been great fighters in the small weight classes. Pong Jack, Wong Jong Kam from Thailand. Always been great fighters in the small weight classes. But what Roman Gonzalez did was he brought a style to the game that and he beat people. He beat so many quality fighters in such impressive fashion that he forced people to pay attention to him. He forced HBO to open up that checkbook and say, hey, look, we're going to put some money into you, and then eventually we're going to put some money into the flyweight division, and we're going to put on cards for the flyweights, and the little guys are going to get the recognition in boxing. And to me, that is Roman Gonzalez's legacy. That part of Roman Gonzalez's boxing career is greater than any world title he won, because to bring in a bunch of attention to an entire weight class and make the lives of other fighters better, make them more relevant, and put money in their pockets, I think there's not enough thank yous in the world that those guys in weight class can't say to Roman Gonzalez. So anyway, good fight. Looking forward to it if it comes through. As I hear more developments and news, we'll definitely be talking about Roman Gonzalez, because I can never not talk about Roman Gonzalez. I actually had a special video planned about Roman Gonzalez. I wanted to go over his career a little bit, because he's one of my favorite fighters, and I love talking about him. So, and people love to hear me talk about him. So, expect a video in the next 3 weeks. I don't know when exactly, but sometime in the next 3 weeks, I'll be making a video detailing some of the best and even the worst moments of Roman Gonzalez's career. So stay tuned for that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit that like button. Do all that good stuff. Subscribe. Let me know about any videos you maybe want to see me make that I missed, and I'll definitely get to them in a timely manner. And like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dane. So until next time, take care, guys.